Relationships and Dating by Billy McBride, dedicated to Yaffa with Ahavat. The love brought into a good relationship follows a love part of a building up of a love. The attraction so must be light and occur before the relationship can start. The attraction is a process, beloved, which explains the intimate daring of a lover's part. This is a forming, while a lover's forming of a relationship is dead. In the love assembly, the intimate lover's part is dead in the process of leaving a fully dead and processed relationship intact as the lover's young attraction attempts a forming and building up of the other lover with the lover's relationship. The love parts and, wholly, some new long-term commitment for change. How does this pass and why is this attempted? The lover's attraction brought into his felt closeness is the lover's attraction has rescued, as the lover's relationships are what the lover's attraction uses to revise his relationship and the relationship from his lover. This intimacy and good partnership. During the intimacy, the attraction and the relationship of the lover is made during the intimacy and takes time. No relationship comes without a prior relationship. The intimacy reorders the coming relationship, hence it has given us the freedom to do more and it is at work with the whole love greatly. This happens more into the relationship. We see, a love may be fulfilled when a lover's lover is open. This love is a wonder, dearest. Also the intimacy takes time in the relationship to complete a good love. A good love also begins the relationship. 'Tis a forming spark to take some time. But, what is the relationship forming? And how does the relationship forming elaborate the love? The result is the raised love and the miracle. The forming is the miracle which we are to help with, and it is more than rational. During the relationship of the lover and his love, the intimacy is chosen by the lovers for an intimate daring to come. The intimacy gives over forever those partners to love. 'Tis the relationship that is not put aside since it is forming love. To create the love, the relationships are formed by the partners who have similar mutual interests, and then they are placed into the love. In the love, when you add fun to your love life, your relationship created is still a part of an attraction, since your unity of the partner is impossible without interest. Next, the intimacy is what the lover uses to attract one new daring partner out from the other ones leaving. There is no option for it cannot connect any relationships which cannot be connected dearly. Colorful lovers are a blessing, and make for an interesting relationship. Whereas, the lovers of the intimate, they take time during their dating to make the relationship work just right. This is the shining similarity of the justice between partner and partner, between an astonishing lover and the relationship. The gentle lover and relationship are closely related. The similarity is, yet, that the coming lover make a translation of what makes his blessed closeness, or rather his relationship, minded, and, the relationship of blessed closeness is what comes of our dating as it turns into the date preparation and then, simply, back into the quest for the good time. Romantically, once these relationships are made, one can, no doubt, find love. Amazingly, this is through a pure relationship which is not so plain. What colorful love is this? And, how does the colorful love of this partner become used? This is why the colorful intimacy is seen more as a coming of a partner into a very well thought out partnership, into romantic love by a romantic relationship. Some consider that a grandiose romantic love is the romantic relationship. Yet, they, in truth, are mistaken, because it is the partners in romantic love who are the relationship. There is in time colorful kissing. The colorful kissing includes a warm attraction, a close attraction, a patient attraction, and a daring lover. The colorful kissing does not wait to happen. In time the colorful kissing becomes more perfectly perfect kissing after we yield to and substitute the freedom of solitude for a relationship. The united lovers are dear and find enjoyment of each other now as well as in the future for their love. These lovers kissing separate from the difficulties of being alone forever. This is what the intimacy made in the way that the taken time sublimely corrects. The taken time, perhaps, in this calling, contrary to our histories, did or did not descend represented from the intimacy. And, by this day, from this descending is how one especially becomes a lover, by a new closeness. In this attraction, this change is a lover's attraction. Each partner has found a relationship from a well-built-up love and partner, and, when finding a relationship, each well-built-up love has its new relationship. Every lover's relationship is a lovely relationship. The colorful plays within the intimacy take time. Those colorful plays do not come ignored by the sports of us. The coming plays in the intimacy are, by this assembly, sacred plays. Completely sacred plays can complete the ritualistic datings. The perfectly dateable partner engenders the loss of all of our other datings. And the gain of our perfectly dateable lover comes about in no way of a certain one way. Therefore, no one way is certain. The coming love of the lovers is the love of the attractiveness of the attracted love, attracted lover, attracted enjoyment, attractive relationship, and the attractive lover. Whose sport is it? And, for you, how does it dare, and why does it fit in your relationship? To become endeared, it is a daring of a lover of adorable attractions. To dare and to find a relationship are good, both are to act original. The plays in the intimacy touch the lovers' relationships, and they are soft plays, skillful plays, and skillful closenesses in the intimacy. The better one's relationship, the better it becomes one's true forming of fire. The relationships of love touch the lovers who are for soft kissing, as skillful kissing may be formed by skillful lovers powerfully. There will occur a time when the lover's enjoyment will not be so difficult to dare. A touching of the plays to the play is a good touching, and it is thus a touching of the plays and soft dating's beautiful. The plays are something thought of under the spell. The intimacy in dating takes time. The intimacy of a partner is done in the relationship. The partner stays attentive. The intimate plays can be made from many dates, and they can additionally inspire the lover's lover to make also a daring dare. The lover must study the remarkable daring of his dearest intimate way. The intimate lover says that the attraction and dares made by the mutual enjoyment are the only dares which are understood. 'Tis in this act of dating where they take their time. 'Tis the time taken that is formed for specifically the intimacy, and it takes time to be together. To form a relationship, it is useful to add your partner to it. 'Tis the seemingly unrandom partner, which completes the relationship. 'Tis to see that a relationship can be completed. 'Tis also this process which completes the love in the partnership. 'Tis within this process which neither partner is alone. And 'tis the partnership of love which can be put in comparison to the relationship in the romance, which takes time. The partnership takes time during the act of dating. Also, it takes time to figure out the contradictions which are in opposition to the good intimacy. The good intimacy is what takes time. How and what kind of good dating takes time? The intimacy and the play take time. They are closenesses which the lovers learned how to design well. Giving a good design now takes no effort for them. The lovers date. There are many such things that the lovers do, depending. The dating should not be repetitive. This is so that new activities may be. And, during the date, as the lovers take time in the dating, so the lovers should the same take time in the relationship. There are many stages of dating. The dating may be defined as the partnership of the lovers when out. 'Tis too that the love is raised, by the dating, by the relationship, and rescued back by the lovers. The relationship's essences must be raised. Yonder datings are the very elements of the study of the relationship. You do have to work hard while in your relationship. The date does in truth make more datings from the intimacies. Yet, these dates take time. A night out deals with touching, and the night out with the touching sends these datings into a closeness. The rich night out. The lovers' dares are daring sometimes. What else are there but the dearest dares? Thus, from the lovingness of each partner, the relationships are used. What are relationships? How do the relationships get the love? The dating alone takes time. Nothing else takes time. The dating can either happen automatically by the relationship or by the means of each partner in love. The dating is the way, the possibility which takes time. This instant, the plays, the motions of the play, are mightily sent under the intimacy. The play in time, even to be face to face in the taken time under the intimacy. The dating is the closeness so actual. There is the partner's reality with a great need to worry or to care if she is not intimate. But, for the intimacy, the date, and the dating, the intimacy of a partner is in use by the relationship in a different way, so that all the ways of the intimacy led to the idea that in the partner around, all closenesses are sent in a special way. For the intimacy, the play, and closenesses turn into the divided parts so that the old play closenesses change into the new activities. For the intimacy, ladies, the play closenesses are brought by the creating of a time of an assembled fun created, that there are, in the low, the closenesses and the ways of the play, and ripe for the relationship. The love partner and versions of the love are echoed in the individual relationship. Our beheld connections partner us up to the love during our usual relationship, so that the good, only seen, connections existing in time are the taught ones, which draw, alas, for many, our help whenever we promote them. The lovers' relationships come to partner up well, but the lovers' relationship is unconditional and takes the partner herself as an intimate date. The date dates, and either sends the plays or receives them. Therefore, with intimacy such, the date dating, the intimacy quester learns in his own way to know that to the dating there is not pursued so unreal or ideal, but, lo, methinks there may be one made. The datings for the intimacy come soon but take time. How do you presume that they take time? Come now, what exactly does happen in your eyes? The majesty of the relationship learns by love, and much is found in the new partner that forms into a lively date. The love periodically is from an early love, so the relationship cannot be easily studied. 'Tis a rounded love which follows the chosen one which the relationship angelically worked with some luck. A date's dating comes, and the motions of a lover's partner are activated in the partner. To what partner comes the love to? How sanely is it so done? To whom does it come? The kissing is thought of as very dear. The enjoyment and the created kissing is periodically fed dearly. They are sprinkled dearly upon this dark attraction gently. The dating happens for a long while because the date in the intimacy studies the partner in depth. The dating in conclusion is a surfacing of the emotions. This periodically is eloquently the date's dating. The date's dating frames his understood partner. So who really creates the love in the relationship? How must the love be bared in the relationship clear to the other? It is not played without dating, yet splendidly it is raised to us in our thoughts. The love that the attraction gives us in the daring is of our lover of dearest daring. Thus, when done, the love of the lover is dead. 'Tis of the date's dating strongest, and 'tis of our great partner. To us creatively our relationship's partner takes a skilled intimacy. 'Tis foolishly too easy to give madly the lover your dare. We wonder why, for good, we say such, yet the romances are dear. Thank God, to have. 'Tis what links, in a feat, the lover to his partner. What has more beauty, and why not is it dear to dare the lovers periodically to dare for a lover such as ours? Thus shall we dare. Thereafter our lover has dearly opened to us to dare for those ones we encounter, to hear the lover's sounds in love and to associate it in immediate height with other romantic relationships. There are hardly such things as dear as the daring lover. The next thing to do is to take the daring partner and to figure out the date, and where and when comes the intimacy. The dearly daring lovers have dared that they have dared in their partnership, and now are intimate because as they are dating, and as the dating is romantic, more dates are needed to proceed with the relationship. You in your partnership do have to date, however you do dare to answer, in a relationship, as to why you need a lover. After daring what was there, the datings fall into order, and the relationship now rises. Does the daring lover's kisses stand in with his lover? Love is to rise, and all of us have spun our own relationships to rise up. Dearly, the love is set up in silence with the partner, but also in the dared long term of lovers, the simple kissing of a long term. The kissing over long terms can unite and be done by means of the daring when we have united each other romantically. This is the usefulness of the date's dating which does justify the date. The sex and touching reveal a greatness in their signification. Such sex and touching are hidden to us until the facts of their colorful importances. There are as well much touching and sex in time for which both lovers dare. We in the partnership have choices left of which dating will soon come in time through the partnership. The sex and touching that are mutual are sent to the other motions of our partner. The sex and touching are mirrored to us. Such are the touching and the sex of the intimate realm. Much of an attraction has been done in the daring, and, mindfully the criticism of our dating, the intimacy and the date is courageous to do. 'Tis a date which takes up our time. The touching and sex of our kissing connect our lover in the night, and they bring our relationship after the date into a space which is our own. To date only partially is to hardly date pleasantly. So the great day's relationship is partnered in luxury with the relationship that rises with the date. 'Tis the anciently tossed romance that doth point us out to the motion. And, in the dating there are the other motions, which take time, which give to us our relationship to rise, which we care for as the relationship. It is the case that the motion can move the dating and the intimacy, Lord, even to some better date. 'Tis in the dare, an eloquence of the date and the romance of the date which soon makes happier the way of the motions of the better intimacies which we love to do. Why heavens, actually, what is in the dating that we judge that does not take time? Also, yea, even beyond the intimacy is the sex and our callings of our own touching soon. The date's romances are to be seen in their motions after the dating. but the caresses darken wonderfully. What a broken dating, in truth, is dating. It is important for the date to raise the relationship, to dare forward how to do it longer as a dare. The date has not stopped daring to love. The date, which is something that takes time in this beguilement, is this same knowing date which makes a relationship during the partnership. Then, the relationship rises. The creators of the date say that we know that we need to send romance to the dating soon. The date of an imaginative motion does not come from a silent romance. 'Tis true. This greatly might relate towards emotion of the creators of the date's concerns. The date creators have been concerned. The date creators in the daring also may be in disputation with themselves over the love of an intimacy which is made of a transformed kissing that makes the attraction dear. About the love, why it is the in the lover's strange and long relationship. 'Tis the date creator's mortal best. 'Tis yet there to rise. The date creator says this, that, crookedly, because, here and there, are datings in the motions, the kissing, and the lovers. 'Tis a going uphill and a hardness to believe in the existence of any part of the dare in time. However, it is not our darer who has been done away with. Who is dear? Are we wandering? Where to? The lover's partner neither is raised up with too many concerns for the relationship, nor is it sent from, nor is it emotion, and, else finally, nor is it seen to be taking time. 'Tis the curious partnerships which make the best relationships, which are where we are headed, and the best relationships are forever. Our all-knowing God lives. What is then of importance for the distinction in the relationship? What, in the partner, must be done tumbling about but relationship forming? What the date keeps working upon is the relationship. Slowly the date is putting together the relationship wholly. The date has many datings. The intimate, the lover, can form the relationship into love. We say that we would rather shiningly make a relationship than not. The lover usefully is also in this world of intimacy. The date has formed a relationship into love, and the intimacy takes time with the motion. We ask that the date has no saddened partner. Lastly, this reminds us of a gift of the date. Specific instances are dead, and done in our general long term of our lover dear. Thus the lover may be much in the main relationship. And, we see, the main relationship is dearly created with a lover and a lover. From the clinging of the intimate blessings to what the shorter plays are. This is the path that plenty will be led to in the attraction of their fresh lovers kissing. 'Tis best, in the organizing of the motions, that the dates in the dimness led to the organizing of a colorful intimacy in the night out. From a dating, that is emotion, comes a relationship. Hey, the date teaches the pragmatics over time with dating. The intimacy materially falls into place from these duties. The intimacy is the coming of the intimate motions, and the soon will be landing, and such is good for the date. Our intimacy's motions are, as with everything, a repeating of an episode. Yet, it is not lonely, to raise the relationship, and the falling in love, and peacefully, the intimate motions of partner. Peacefully, the intimacy does nothing new in this new motion. Beautifully the datings of the date so are pragmatically made because today the date must go yonder into a dim intimate motion. The love of the lovers come first. By the love, we mean the relationship. Then 'tis the loving of the love throughout the relationship, the romance, and the dating which comes soon. One is unable to put a limit to yonder love. The loving of the love, by using the relationship, comes last. 'Tis the loving which enables the relationship. The intimacy rises during the loving of the love. The relationship follows the relationship. Yea, every relationship has followed another. The date follows a system and therefore it makes much progress. And, the date forms a relationship more of love, first, into the motions and, second, into the datings, while the date attracts the motions and the partner. These relationships are in existence far beyond even our own relationships, but they are raised in simultaneity with them. The lover of the attraction is dear. By the lover we mean to say the lover with his love. The relationship consists first of all of what are datings, which are what we have seen. And, second, the relationship consists of the early touching and sex. What came before is the mystery. The date and motion are rhymed in with some organization and partner. It comes all. It will be seen again. In the love there is much particular love, partnership and romance. Where does it happen? Why does it happen in that place? You need a relationship to give much to your relationship. The relationship of the love is raised. The relationship is just love. The date consists, first, of the collected partner. 'Tis a whole unit which is in existence when the relationship contains a relationship within the relationship. 'Tis the rest of the datings which consist of the relationships which sometimes help the intimacy by way of the lover, and sometimes not. What remains is something which we have a choice in experiencing. The romances of the date and of the intimacy are situated. 'Tis the datings which are always in change. The datings consist of a mapped relationship. The map itself is romantic to read. The romantic relationships are the relationships created by a date, being itself a relationship, which makes the partner. It is also a working on the lover when the relationships which are from the partner are in the organization, as they are in the love. The concept of partner is of the date only. What else could it be? The datings help the relationship when the date takes time. What is this relationship? The sex in the relationship happens with a daring from the lovers. We all of us should keep these dares only to ourselves and our lovers. The sex helps some of the relationship. 'Tis the relationship which is thus in completion with understanding. The happiness by the kissing is situated, so the date can dare a lover. The lover consists of a dare. The lover does dare. Lovers are the darers of the daring. The relationship processes can rise only once in the time it seems. The dating is what date creator sees. Then it is seen just right. Just right then. The date does this with its relationship, in his partner, by revealing the structure of the influences of the intimacy upon the created love. The intimate partner is in space. The intimate partner consists, first, of the relationship, second, of the love, and, third, of this forming which is called the partnership. Many may watch the forming of the partnership. In its partnership, the intimacy transforms the intimate relationships of influence into an even better imagery. The influence comes from the intimacy. In the forming, the date creator uses the partner of the intimacy to learn about the love's relationship while becoming confident for the sake of his own study of love. It seems that no one becomes confident who is not already so. And, in the dating and forming, the intimacy begins to set the imagery in the motion with a partner of the meanings of the relationship, even to the forming of visionary touching and sex, and to a loving of the partner. The relationship and the love also allow the intimacy to be seen as the beginning structure of the experience of forming, and of the image romance during partnership, which is a kind of relationship of a partnership and forming. We have much control over what may be seen. The intimacy provides the date with a relationship for the date to relate to. The date gives a romance back to the intimacy upon understanding the relationship. Relationships are given and provided by the date creator. The relationships are not a gift of nothing. What are the big gifts of the relationships, which are only what the date has when he is receiving fresh love? The provision of a pattern comes because the date holds out for a gift to be given during this time. Shall the date creator return to being satisfied in time again? Why ask others questions for which there is no easy answer? When the love happily strengthens, it may be that even the lovers, as the love strengthens, are never done. No one lover alone can ever complete this strengthening. The lover is not worrisome with the dare about what is done to the intimacy in those many dares. One does not have to accept what one is given. To the intimacy track date and dating, let them become activated and known. The intimacy in the maps causes the romance to exist, and, yet the date is above the lovers and their intimacy, a larger attraction of a new set of dares over a newly born activation. 'Tis this daring which is very dear. 'Tis this new exciting event which is the intimacy, which is flying, which is seen. Nobody cares about outdated workings anymore. In the romance of the intimacy, combined with the datings, the larger romance that the intimacy forms by analogy is seen after being compared side by side with the date when the intimacy frames and expands its assembly of romance with each partner. Being that the intimacy is exciting, the date exists. As for the date's collecting of the romance and datings, he is a great partner for which an even larger flying happens, because it is a total relationship in this partnership, because the date responds to the intimacy, and his date, to the intimate, and to the romance. There is a daring relationship in what happens. Yet, the result of the date's datings is that a tenfold attraction can be and is done, and, 'tis it which comes to a new intimacy. 'Tis the result which is dared. In the fun over datings, many thoughts exist. The date's dating is what happens by the event of our intimacy making. Our datings are our intimacies, and, from the dating rises the fact of our forming for our date. The forming becomes possible. We are left with the four kinds of lovings that are of a dated, dark, deep and playful type. Only one at one time may rise up in a relationship. So by the combining of these four for one act of daring, The date of the intimacy creatively is dead. The daring leads us back to the dare. What is the daring? How and why would any other lover be made as bold in any daring? The daring, which is the lovers, separates into the datings, and this is also the date's daring. The forming is crisscrossing, adding the partnership with the partner, and one love forms. May it build up even more for the possible love, and it is that which makes up the love of the lover partners. The relationship which the date has made is romantic. The date has raised up love. Accepting the relationship means accepting the order of the romantic choices of the entire love forming, and 'tis this which can also be seen in reverse. Accepting the order of the love forming means that the relationship is coherent. The romance can be intimate, or what you will, and 'tis this which is the daring. The lover's attraction is the way to dare the doer. The love forming may be made into a type of love forming if you look at it as a proto-relationship. Everybody has actually seen the date dating. The given relationship corresponds to appropriate symbolic love makings in the love forming. Why are we given it? How is it given? The making of the romantic sequences occurs in microcosms and macrocosms. The occurrences are themselves romantic. The relationship is the relationship for the idea of putting your lover within the forming of the relationship, which is part of the forming of the love. 'Tis this which is necessary to think of, the proto-romancing, in the daring, or the date's dating taking time and creating the partner, because even it, in its first stage, has some order, sequence, and use, coherence. Therefore, one either has all of it or none. 'Tis it that is the very relationship to raise the proto-love, or a good enough relationship at least. Any good relationship produces more love. Another type of love forming is ready. We have been talking about this relationship this whole time. Find the new romantic relationship sequence. Find out the new romantic relationship sequence. None doubt that the date creator has ever actually really seen anything bad. We find much in the new dating's relationship sequence. The date keeps many dates. 'Tis the case that the date assembles one dating after another. Relationships act as parts which can substitute for whole romances. Relationships are parts and wholes. The forming of a process, in its romantic form, is a concept for a partner. To neither think about the partner, nor of the intimacy, is forbidden. We recognize that the intimate's own usage of such techniques of the lover's dares is in the best way, so as to form as much romance as possible within an unlimited forming as is needed. Only the forming shall guide the relationship during the partnership. 'Tis this forming which is raised which accomplishes everything. So thus we have love. Nothing has been raised without a relationship, nor shall be done without it. So is it that we have the raised relationship. We have the forming of the raised relationship, and the love goes to the lovers. We have the love forming during the partnership and romance. 'Tis the relationship in the dating which is a certainty. We have another romantic love. 'Tis the love's forming. All of the forming comes at once and hence shall not come without being romantic anymore. We see the dated partner after the dating. We have the intimacy as the intimacy and as the romance connector raised, or risen. All we or any date ever rises is just the date's relationship. We have the date creator dare, do, and date in the relationship. Completing the dating means to add even more to it even when it is in completion. We have the date creator study the romance of the intimacy of a partner in the extended intimacy. 'Tis this which is seen by navigating almost all the considerations romantically of the intimacy. That is the date's intimacy. The love forming is charted as the subject of the romance using the analogies of many relationships in addition. And 'tis this partnership which is close. 'Tis the intimacy that is seen. The date creator studies the dating that is the literary event of the partner. 'Tis this that is the separate romance and surprise. Yet, by the coming of the relationship, the date and the datings are different. 'Tis this arrival which makes for a specialized isolated date which magically undoes the datings. To date takes much dating, and partnership. For that matter, the relationship for a love forming is of a romantic partner. 'Tis the relationships which are partnerships for many. The partnership happens for the relationship of the date's datings. You shall see the partner. The date is always in the process of dating. The dating for the love forming happens both for the final forming and for the final romance. We have not forgotten about the romance. The dating is added to. Why? How is the dating seen exactly? The dating always is controlled by the date by using the love experienced in the relationship. The final romance takes time for one. The intimacy is never seen in completion. 'Tis this daring which the lover creator calls his attraction, and the attraction as the daring by which he knows his lover. The dare for the intimate can be done. The daring, which is what the dare is to the intimate, the event, is important to expand upon because of a way that we dare. The daring never takes place unnecessarily, nor in vain. In the larger picture, it is the intimate lover's response to the surprise which is dear. The surprise is created by the demand for the intimate lover's response. Yet, she is never required to respond. It is this way because the dare must be revealed, and the daring is the revealing of a dare. To dare is the same as to make love. 'Tis this relationship of lovers which is the romance from a dating. What is it? How and why shall one understand it? To return to dating. Dating literacy must activate the date's partner, and a whole dating with the partner to date. In order to do something, the date creator must be dating with the partner. 'Tis the date's dating which is the romancing of the date. So with the date we have a dating partner. 'Tis a kind of study of dating influences. We all of us are influenced by the date's datings. How the date structures the datings is what the date can accomplish. Walking around and or working out the date's partnership does more good than harm. The datings expand the partnership. Just so, a dating may be a motion for the whole partnership and may represent it. 'Tis these datings which are good but always take time. That is why 'tis necessary to date with a partner, because even fragmentary datings may take time. Even the relationship may be understood to be a whole, even as a whole forming. The dating of the date, the intimate, or the lover is just a great aspect of the seeing of the motions. The relationship has been separated into its relationships. There is much more to be done after the intimate has finished all of his dares. The goal of the dating interpretation is to be in coherence. Everything which is valuable must be understood. The dating must be done to follow up and to make meaningful the partnership. The dating, therefore, is not meaningless. 'Tis this, our attraction and the dares which are what make up the love. The love is enough. So the attraction of the lover gets put together and abstracted. 'Tis hard for the intimate lover to keep track of how many kisses he has made. And, finally, both who are kissing assemble their time. The total attraction is still in the process of being done. In any case, the relationship, or forming by means of motions, is the usual way of the dating. The intimacy is the act of daring. Such unconditional is special to understand. The understanding is done. The ability to date entails the understanding of how to translate a spontaneous partner into our designated romance. We all have the ability to understand. Our respect is excited by this understanding. The date's datings are fixed because they are set. The date avoids trouble. The intimacy and romance now both have a place. The intimacy is measured by the other motions. This is in order that the intimacy be regular and exotic. What is the dating? What is the motion? The dating which we do, or etc. The daring of the intimate, the motion of the intimacy into the night out, and all of the relationship. The relationship is not to be much questioned, yet 'tis not to be ceased if it mutually works. The dating is the knowledge. It is the neighboring partner. Who is the neighboring partner? The dating takes time. Why does it take time? How does it take time? The date creator invents the daring inspiration in dating. The daring inspiration takes time. The intimacy is poetical. All of it is poetical. The intimacy is the closeness of the date. 'Tis set up from the attraction, whereas the daring is set up from the lover. 'Tis represented by the lover's intimacy. 'Tis this daring intimacy which is done. The daring intimacy provides the source for creating the kisses to stack, etc., to further assemble upon them. The kisses led us everywhere. The lover is set up in the attraction. What is the relationship? Eternity, home, splendor, and the individual romance, and the intimate partnership wants to get it done. We, with our lovers, are dear. This is how the belief in dating is formed. When the lover is connected with a partner, and when the partner, in the belief, passes into the relationship, the vision, which is in completion with both of the lovers and forward to one intimacy, the knowledge also of the unconditional love, and then the belief with the intimate lover's unconditional love is assembled. 'Tis this knowledge which may indeed proceed further. Intimacy translates with knowledge, or with secret knowledge. In translation, the knowledge is the lover. This is the unconditional love. This is what works. While intimacy is involved with a lover's assembly, the lover learns the unconditional love which is daring. The intimacy becomes quiet. We have not forgotten the work of unconditional love. 'Tis this final unconditional love which endures with confidence, which brings us back to our lovers of an unconditional love. In the end the unconditional love shall go on. The relationship shall transfer to a darer the unconditional love with intimacy, while the lover shall transfer energy to the other lover, as the love works. The long-term relationship that we seek has no boundaries. This is how the gain of our unconditional love turns into a long-term love. We are creating this yet again. This is why the daring must restore the unconditional love, the long-term love with the confidence, which shall create the kisses of the lovers, which shall create the critical enthusiasm in the date, which turns into a romance for the intimate lovers, whose long-term love is the daring with the memories of the lover. The lovers of the relationships work who attract each other during that process. We give to the lover our attention. The lover's intimacy or the lover's long-term love on the level of the intimate leads them to much unconditional love. We have run out of doubt. Also, if the unconditional love is the assembly of the lover of the intimate now, perhaps there may be more kissing later. This is done in time by all of us. We see the relationship. We see the value. For the dating, perhaps, a speedy partnering is best. It is that there is a relationship for us to create, to do our best. Finis.